Without texture, a room can feel cold and flat. Wabi-Sabi is a concept that stems from Taoism and Zen and has become something that can influence our lifestyles and the way we choose to create our space at home. The meaning of Wabi-Sabi can be a difficult thing to pin down, and see the link below to some of my other videos where I go deeper on the concept of Wabi-Sabi. But simply put, Wabi-Sabi nurtures all that is authentic by acknowledging three simple realities. Nothing lasts, nothing is finished, and nothing is perfect. Keeping this in mind, you can create a space at home that embraces this calming and comfortable feeling. An important aspect to this design style is through its use of textures. Earth tones and muted tones in general are something that will keep it a natural feeling of warmth. Brick, clay, stone, and wood are all materials with a lot of natural textures that can spice up a room. Use weathered furniture. Wabi-Sabi is about impermanence, and things are always in a state of change. So hang on to those things that have meaning and appreciate it as it naturally ages. Wooden pieces like stools, stands, coffee tables can all add a beautiful rustic texture to any room. Sometimes the wood actually becomes darker and smoother in particular spots where something has been used often. Try to avoid the shiny and new and focus on the smooth and rough textures of weathered furniture, which make great accent pieces that display the passing of time. Handmade and rough textured pottery. There is no better feeling than drinking coffee or tea on a rainy day out of your favorite handmade mug. I love the textures of natural ceramic pottery on my lips when I drink it. Some cups are more polished than others, but there is still this deep connection with and appreciation for the cup and what's in it. I like to keep a few of my favorite coffee, tea, and sake cups out on display. As we have explored many pottery villages in Japan, looking for good partners to import their craftsmanship, we found some really interesting larger bowls, flower vases, and plates in all different sizes and shapes as well. Add texture to your walls. Our modern homes are often made with drywall, which creates a very sleek, clean, and modern feel, but are devoid of all texture. Older houses and apartment buildings may already have a rougher texture that just needs some paint. Texturing your drywall may sound like a large project, but I encourage you to dig into texturing your wall with lime wash, a basic or heavy plaster, or Venetian plaster, which can create a beautiful aged look. I've been looking into lime wash for our new house we are in the process of building. It seems like an easier and softer way to start. Use throws and linen curtains. Experiment mixing different fabrics into your room. Wool, linen, cotton, or silk will all add a different feeling with their textures. Furry throw pillows or a chunky blanket will add a feeling of warmth and comfort that will go great in the colder seasons. Display aging objects. Rust-colored and oxidized copper objects break up a very clean and organized space by adding some of that aged texture to the space. Displaying it may be the perfect way to make use of grandma's tarnished silver, and you don't need to highly polish it. Allow the tarnish to come through a bit. Off-centered nature displays. Skip the bouquet of a dozen identical roses and instead go for a nature walk. Gather a few withered branches and a single wildflower. To keep it off-centered, which in reality is more natural, stick with a single flower or a grouping of odd numbers of 1, 3, or 5. Make sure the flowers are different heights. Wildflowers will also keep you in tune with the current season. The dried stems, branches, or twigs will provide an interesting texture to liven up the area. Go for larger pots and larger displays as your confidence grows, or if you have a larger area that needs a little attention. As a key aspect of Wabi-Sabi is embracing simplicity, you don't want to overdo it with these objects though. You don't need to go as far as becoming minimalist, but stick with the theme of less is more. With less clutter and less things in general, you can focus on the few items displayed that you change out from time to time or season to season. Texture is an often overlooked aspect of the Wabi-Sabi aesthetic of imperfect beauty. But by adding texture, you can make a room more visually interesting and make it feel warmer and more welcoming and enjoyable to live in.